being BTFO or whatever. I think people just don't understand having an easy way about themselves and a good sense of humor. Because I mean, I was fucking laughing hysterically. I mean, all the times we've kind of played around with boards and on A and JP and SP and Pole and B, and I mean it's been a lot of fun. So I mean, again, I've really enjoyed these past 10 years, and playing around with the community and whatnot has been a lot of fun. I mean, just so much fun. So I definitely had fun. I mean, I really enjoyed kind of playing around with people, and especially when people kind of have a good sense of humor about themselves, and kind of sometimes you don't again kind of had a good sense about that. Somebody asked, has anyone ever offered to buy the website in the past out of curiosity? 5381. I wrote about this on my blog a while ago, and again, people have a lot of trouble with reading comprehension sometimes, and they thought that it was about Google trying to buy the site for $1 million. It's titled My Google Moment, but it's in reference to how the Google founders were approached by what was it, Alta Vista, I think, or Excite, or one of these old search companies like 15 years ago, or 16 years ago, 17 years ago, and they offered to buy Google for $1 million or $2, and then I think Google, they were kind of on the fence, and then that the board of directors at that other company said, well, actually, we don't do it anymore, and the deal fell through. And how, again, obviously Google wouldn't be here today if that acquisition had happened. And so I kind of wrote about my own experience, which was a Japanese toy company back in like 2004 or 5. Not J-List. And people went to it. It was like this other, like, is now defunct. They went out of business, but it was this like kind of like just like junky toy store who had advertised a little bit with us. Tried to buy the website, and they offered me $15,000. I think it was like 2004, 2005. And I said, no, thank you. And then they later upped it to $50,000. And I posted, I think, one of the emails from that. Or I posted my response to that email. It's one of my oldest blog posts on my blog, chrishateswriting.com. And I, and my response to them basically just said, I'm not really looking to sell it. And, I think it has a lot of opportunities and to grow it and to have fun with it. And so, no, thank you. So that was that $50,000 offer that I've referenced in the press every now and then. And I mean, since then, I mean, we've really never honestly received a credible, I mean, every now and then people, over the years have emailed me and said, oh, can I, if I want to buy 4chan for, I usually just respond, $ tacos and just kind of bullshit, or I just ignore it. I mean, for the most part, I ignore it. So, but yeah, I mean, I think we've only really received that one kind of credible offer over the years, unsolicited kind of inbound email. Or I guess I count as one. It was kind of like 2 offers, but from that one buyer, and it's like incredible. It was 10 or 11 years ago. You'd think people would want to buy a site with so many lovely people with high disposable income, and have are very understanding and loving toward. As it turns out, people don't really want to own a website like 4chan, so we don't really get inbound interest. I'm trying to think. I mean, I really don't think that. Yeah, I think that was really the one. That was the one like legitimate unsolicited offer that we ever got. Was all that time ago. Do you realize people killed themselves when you pulled the fappening shit, when everything went and got deleted and banned, when you sold the place out to the media? People actually killed themselves, 5413. I think you're full of shit. And again, I've already explained why we made the changes we did, which was really, again, to put into writing policies that already existed and policies that legally must exist to afford the site protection under the very laws that, serve both to punish and protect. So we did what we should have done, and I have no regrets about that. And again, the community is of understanding and kind of doing a little bit of research themselves. Actually, a lot of torrent sites pointed out that we were in kind of a bad place liability-wise with that matter. They kind of picked up on it when we introduced the DMCA policy and why we did that. But again, users, I think, again, immediately kind of chose the wrong conclusion there, and as evidenced by your comment. But again, we did the right thing there. I've already answered this. 5148. What now? How is your somewhat pop culture icon, quote unquote, pop culture icon status felt this far in life, and how do you think it will affect you in the future? I avoid places in New York. There are certain streets I avoid where I think people might recognize me, because there are certain streets that have like a lot of like kind of 20-somethings on it, and I actually avoid walking down those streets because I will be recognized on a regular basis if I do. Again, I never asked for this and haven't really taken too much to it over the years, and so I really do truly look forward to retiring in the woods and having my Greyhound. How is 4chan going to be financed? 5427. I have no idea. I expect that people will we'll continue to do what we've done. I mean, to do ads. Again, they don't make that much money, and we offer both ads kind of direct sales for larger orders, and which there are very few. And we offer them via a self-service system where people can spend, I think, between $15 and $500. Most people spend $15 or $20 to get a message up. But actually, if you have anything to advertise on 4chan, I really do. I mean, the self-serve ads do extremely. They're not that expensive. I mean, I think they start at $15. The $20 for the leaderboard and the footer are the better ones. But they perform really well. I mean, we get really. I mean, without making any sort of promissory statements, because I can't guarantee performance. But they do, depending on the product, if it's really a good fit for the community. I mean, some of them have done like 1 or 2% click through. I mean, they really have great click through rates if it's the right creative, the right banner, and the right product for the 4chan community. So the self-serve really do pretty well. But again, they're really kind of this long tail for people who can spend $20. And then the passes are the third way. I mean, advertising and passes are really the only two ways that the site makes money. So I expect that the during the transition and the long-term successors will continue to offer both, because I mean frankly, again, if you lose the passes as a revenue stream, the site is losing money, like actually losing tens of thousands of dollars a year. If you lose either of the revenue streams, again, the site would be in the red. So I sure hope they don't change that, because the site will in fact die without one or both of those revenue streams. Wait, I just opened up. I think it's going to cut this video into 2. Okay. Just curious how much time I have left. So I only have I'm being warned, I have about 3 and 6 minutes to continue talking. So you are about to be delivered from my droning, and I only made it to the second thread. I said last question, Moots. 2 minutes left. Knowing me, you should have given that warning 30 minutes ago. Oh God, no wonder this Q&A, his last Q&A together. Holy shit, you can answer a question without talking 30 minutes about everything. I mean, if you wanted shitty short answers, then I'm not your guy. Again, this is my last time to kind of actually give you guys real, honest, long-winded responses, because this is the last opportunity we have to have this. And again, if you wanted stupid meme responses, then you got the wrong guy. Or, posturing and all the other bullshit that I'm sure a lot of streamers pride themselves on, or their ability to dance for a long time and really say nothing of value. So, I've tried to, again, be kind of honest and complete with my answers. So I apologize to anybody who's offended that whatnot. So somebody asked about why do you forbid any mention of other image board websites? And somebody actually responded to them and linked to our no advertising rule. So that is an age-old rule, an age-old response to this, and we haven't wavered on that for the longest time. So it's not a new policy, despite the fact that a lot of people like to believe that it is. But we've essentially for the longest time, anything that looks remotely like advertising is especially spamming other image board websites.